Sandman. That's now an E.
Certainly is an E, and it will be changing very, very shortly, folks. Welcome on in
I wish
to
you were
MB Live. It's not a Q&A because we don't have any questions. We certainly have all the answers because we're the oracle of the entertainment world here at MB. But we'd just like to welcome you in. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen John McLaughlin. Our other host is John C. Walsh, the man with his finger at the pulse. He is in control of graphics, sound, everything. Big responsibility for John, as you can see. Now, we're going to talk about a few things.
Sober for a first.
John, we'll talk about that if you want.
I was already half cut by this time yesterday.
Oh, John, I'll tell you something. This is probably one of the reasons why we've not been doing many videos, apart from obviously you working like a dog for the last 8 days a week.
Yeah, you're not joking.
A few people's references
13
in
days in a trot.
I was obviously sick as well. I had a vomiting
You
bug.
were.
So we've only had...
During Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas Day. And I have not had a drop of drink apart from obviously 2 beers that I had on New Year's Day. And
I've had 3 bottles of champagne.
I'm on the apple juice today, John. But I think that's one of the reasons the channel has been very quiet because of John's workload, and I've not been well. So we had a couple of trailer reactions and I think it was music reactions actually, wasn't it?
Yes, staggered out.
We just staggered out just to keep things ticking over. But we've got a few
things.
Pushed
it to the absolute breaking point. Staggering it out, it took like a week to put 2 videos out, so that was taking the piss.
Listen, we didn't have anything else in the can, so it worked out for the best probably for us anyway. Yes. We obviously had our Christmas Day top 10 Christmas songs, which we can't talk about now because Christmas is over. Move on, guys.
Feliz Navidad. I wanna wish you Merry Christmas.
We're here, Gianni. It's 2023. We'd like to wish you all a happy new year.
Yes, a very happy new year.
But
belated.
Yes, but John, just a couple of things I just want to talk about before we go on to talking about Gianni's.
Shall I bring it over here and let you see it?
But it is, of course, talking about our new channel. And I'm just going to put this into the live chat just now as the link for...
That I have not created a logo for.
Movie Burner Entertainment India. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I put out a little video. It was supposed to be about half an hour. It ended up being about an hour. Just because the chat, which was great. Always like to have a chat with our community. But just sort of touching on the fact that we have released a new channel which is going to have just Indian specific content. It's not going to be like our main channel which is going to have Indian, Western, Asian, whatever, like we always do. We like world cinema. That's what we've always, I would say, promoted on this channel, John. I think both of us are fans
back
of
to
world
the right
cinema.
Days, Steve. I was doing Danish stuff, German stuff, Sophie Shaw, a lot of different stuff, French, sort of Korean. So we've always been well into foreign sort of cinema.
And we're not going to change that in the main channel. And I did stress this, John. Yeah, I don't know if you watched the playback on it. Probably not, because I watched
a good chunk of it.
But
not all, though. I'm not going to lie.
Really, just emphasising, we're not ditching the channels, theme or anything like that. We don't want people thinking we're just going to be Western specific on the channel. We'll still be doing all the big stuff that's coming from India, from Korea, whatever it may be. Business as usual here at MBE, but the MBE India channel is specifically for Indian content, which will probably have more trailers and stuff like that that come out as the months roll merrily forward, John. But the link's there. Please subscribe. We'd want a big support on that if we can. Really appreciate the people who've already subscribed to it. But we're going to move on anyway to our first topic.
And I have to do a logo for it.
It
looks weird.
Yeah, I mean, I did that sort of temporary thing, but
did you? I didn't see that.
Just the one with the Indian flag in the background, John. But we really do need something a bit more.
It's one of my favourite flags, the Indian flag. I really like the colours.
It's nice.
I love the shade of blue in the middle. It's almost like a Dublin blue.
It's great.
It's a great flag. So if we could try and incorporate it in a way where it's not sort of heresy, or not offending fucking 2 billion people.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be nice to
John,
incorporate
I mean, I kind of put our logo over the top of the flag as well, which I was concerned about. I don't want to offend people. So if anyone thinks that's a bit over the top, just let us know. We'll change it. But
I'm all for changing the actual free ticket logo thing to green, white, and gold. That's always something I'd be well up for. But I don't know if it'd look good.
Yeah,
I tried and it didn't look good.
Now, John, something that happens every year, it's a bit of a New Year's tradition with us here at MB, certainly with Gianni, who's been on our channel a few times. Certainly,
the man with the knowledge, unlike us.
I'll tell you something, I can listen to Gianni all day. When he came on the show, he did the Batman review with us earlier in 2022, and he came on and did his most anticipated, his top films of 2021 last year. But this time it's 2022. And
we actually have to get a most anticipated opinion from Gianni.
That's
I feel like he is a lot more knowledgeable surrounding certain indie films, under the radar films than we are. We seem to get wind of these movies after award season.
Yep.
When they're already garnering buzz and people are actually getting ready to vote for them.
Yeah.
For potential Oscars.
Gianni's obviously in the business as well, so he will obviously get a heads up on a lot of things that we don't.
He's from New York.
Yeah.
Which is a city of culture, city of young, vibrant people, ambitious people, and no less in the film industry, the likes of Timothée Chalamet in New York, in this vibrant, bustling city. So it's a place that's got its finger firmly on the pulse. That and LA are the two hubs over in America for sort of moving house. So if you're there, you're just by default, and I don't want to be disparaging to people staying in the United States as if they get everything and they're not having to do any effort or put work in to get more information, but just by default it's like the home of Western centric entertainment, so they're going to get the information, the sort of tidbits before gimps like us.
Yeah, I think most anticipated, John, would be a good shout with Gianni. Actually, I might speak to him about that. But I mean, he gave us his top 10. I think it was on Hogmanay, New Year's Eve. Sorry, and we put it on the website last night, and it's been over Twitter. Always gets well received from people that just love Gianni's style of writing, his opinion, his sort of take on these films. And we're not going to go through them in depth. What we'll do is, John, I'll pass it over to you because you're controlling the actual screen as we're speaking.
Well, so I will endeavour to bring it up. Hopefully it will work. I cannot promise.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to put a little link into the live chat for our website, because a lot of people don't know that we actually do have a website that's got so many film reviews on it, and news and opinion from some great writers for the last 6 years now. 6 years, John, that website's been running. Yeah, we are.
Stephen applied for Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
and he should have got in.
Bombed, man.
He should have got in. A disgrace.
Yeah, listen, I'll create my own Rotten Tomatoes. We have actually. It's the website.
We have. I'm trying to find.
I'll put that just now, John, and I'll let you take.
You won't do it. Yeah. I mean, I'm just quickly, furiously. Will it work? It does not work. But you know what? It will work, because I will make it work. I will bring it across. There will be zoomage. I mean, that is so small, it is just completely imperceptible to anyone that doesn't.
You can take me out of the screen if you want.
No, I'm happy to have you on the screen, Stephen. Yeah. Quite happy. We'll move it over. There we go. We can both go through it. We're not going to linger, as you did say. We will probably get a specific video for this or whatever. Maybe. I don't know what's in the plans. As you can see, Glass Onion, a nice out history. I've yet to see this one. I've actually been watching promotional. Actually, just today, was watching the entire cast sitting together, discussing it. They were speaking the likes of, I think, Janelle Monáe, obviously Daniel Craig, Ed Norton.
Yeah.
Brilliant cast in there. And they were just speaking about how they enjoyed themselves tremendously on the set. They were like a fraternity, a brotherhood and sisterhood. And that really sort of imbued itself into the performance. I loved the first Glass Onion. I thought it was a magnificent film. Everything that's good about Rian Johnson's movies really summed up in that murder mystery. Really different, intelligent way that he crafted a whodunit movie. A genre that I really enjoy, Stephen, have done for a number of years, was kind of fading out into sort of inconsequence. Is it what does inconsequence? I don't know. It's got to be a word for that. It's got to be a word that fits in there. Fading into sort of obscurity.
Yeah.
Now it's on the sort of rise again. We've got a renaissance. Thanks in part to Ryan, and obviously your man whose name I'm blanking on, who was in Tenet, Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah.
With his retakes on the Agatha Christie stuff, Murder on the Orient Express, Death in the Nile. We're seeing this renaissance. Really enjoyed the first movie. I think Daniel Craig's a superb, underrated actor, which shouldn't be the case. He's James Bond, or was James Bond. But for me, he is underrated. I think he's top notch, and his Benoit Blanc brilliant. So I'm really looking forward to this one. Not surprised to see it's in his top 10 list.
Dropped, I think, Christmas Eve here, John, in the UK. On Netflix. Yeah,
I need to watch it, man. It's on Netflix. I'm going to watch it today. There you go.
And funnily enough, it's gave the first film a resurgence on Netflix as well. If you go to the actual trending films on Netflix, because of this release, it's obviously triggered the original's release as well.
Spent a lot of money.
Well, it spent a lot of money.
Spent a lot of fucking money, man.
You're putting it in the hands of Rian Johnson as well, John. It's good money spent. And this is the thing that annoyed me about, obviously, his experience and the sort of backlash. I get the backlash. I'm not saying I don't agree with most of it in terms of The Last Jedi, but in hindsight, I would have gave Rian Johnson the trilogy.
Yeah,
at the time, I would have given him it, or JJ for the 3 films, but he doesn't commit that way.
Well, it's funny, Stephen, you say that, you do look back, and as much as I have faults to picking The Last Jedi, slowest space chase in the history of Star Wars, perhaps cinematic history, the sort of side jaunt to Canto Bite, I think it was, even I was about to say Blight, that's a killer in Dead by Daylight, that's a sign I'm playing it too much, I have to step away. Canto Bite, the DJ character, the handling of Luke, him not having his reunion and reuniting the original trio when you had a chance, that couldn't happen anyway because he obviously killed Harrison off, or Han Solo off. Just the handling of a trilogy, the criticisms I have of the movie, you look back and I actually think it is probably the best film of the 3. It's just that tonally it exists in a completely different fucking universe to the other 2 movies. And someone says that in the comments of that video I was watching. What this confirms, you can see the quirkiness, the sort of, he doesn't really have that much of an ego, Ryan, when he's allowed to do his own movies from his own sort of brilliant round head. So when you combine that with Star Wars, it should have worked. He is a fan of Star Wars. You see behind the scenes that great documentary, he's talking to Luke, to Mark Hamill, he's talking to him and giving him information about Luke and perhaps the fate, what The Last Jedi means. You can see that he has respect for the guy. It's just he didn't have that full trilogy, and he should have had the full trilogy.
It was boxed in so many ways, John, and this is how I'm glad he's doing the Knives Out stuff, because it gives him that freedom, and it shows that prior to obviously the Star Wars experience, we saw him in some great films like Looper, etc. And I think Brick as well, and I think that's where he excels. And I think when you're doing a franchise and you're sort of doing the middle of a trilogy, and the previous director set up so much that it boxes you in. I mean, the lasting shot from The Force Awakens boxed them in right away,
and because it was a shite bag.
You couldn't have the time jump because you had to get the whole Luke and Rey thing resolved, obviously on the island right away, which meant it was continuing on from the first movie, so there was no time jump, and it was boxed in so many ways. And I think it did his best to try and make it something different, but at the same time, it's supposed to be a continuation, and the themes and tones were all totally different from the previous movie. And then, as we saw from obviously Rise of Skywalker, but we're here to talk about obviously Glass Onion, John. Not here but I do like talking about Rian Johnson, because I think he has had a sort of a raw deal in terms of
he has. He's a brilliant filmmaker. He's a great script writer. He knows what he's doing. And you can see it in these movies. You can see it in the movies before The Last Jedi. And look, there is elements of The Last Jedi that stand the test of time. Visually, I think it's the most impressive Star Wars movie ever made. Just some of the stuff that goes on in that movie. The Holdo manoeuvre. That's one of the best moments I've had in a theatre. Don't get me wrong, it doesn't make sense in universe.
Yeah.
But the silence, the beauty of that shot, you can see he knows what he's fucking doing. And there's things that he's introduced into the Star Wars canon that I actually quite like. This sort of telepathic connection through the Force. They can actually influence and impact on each other's surroundings. I really enjoyed that. One of the very few things I liked about The Rise of Skywalker that they seem to take from The Last Jedi was that Force FaceTime thing. The sort of fight on the ship and on that snow planet. That was one of the best parts of that movie. The rest of it was fucking terrible. So
Salt Planet,
I've got high hopes for Glass Onion, and the fact that it's Glass Onion, it tells me he's got to have some form of Beatles fandom, because that's a classic Beatles song. It's got to be. I'm
just wondering how that plays into it. Why Glass Onion? But I'm sure.
I mean, if it's anything like Knives Out, then it's got to be pertinent to either the killer or the sort of victim.
Yeah.
Because obviously Knives Out, it was a billionaire. It was your man. Passed away, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
You had the knives collection.
Number 9, John.
Pearl.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Pero, I'm not going to lie. We always say this when we do these breakdowns of Gianni's sort of top 10 movies. In fact, we get them on. And we spoke about it before we actually done the breakdown itself. Not even breakdown, just discussing. Supposedly brief, but this is going longer. He knows, he has his finger on the pulse about movies. I will not know. And then he speaks about it, and just through the power of his words on the screen and the power of his words coming out his actual mouth, his passion for the movie, it intrigues you. You want to go off and watch the movie. So this is what I love about the list that he puts together.
Yeah.
There's things in there that I will know, that are more mainstream, things that are maybe lesser known, that I maybe still know, and then there's some obscure numbers in there.
Yeah.
And he really informs you and fucking inspires you to go and watch the movie. He's just a brilliant writer.
Yeah.
Fantastic writer.
Sin says, never watched Pearl, but I did see X.
X, yeah. What is it, Sin? Can you break it down? Is it like an established sort of franchise then? Because the way you're speaking, X, that comes before Pearl, or vice versa.
Yeah, I'm not sure, John.
Is it connected? I don't know.
Number 8 is Nope. Obviously Jordan Peele's film from the summer.
Yeah.
Strangely, John, it didn't get well received over here as
It
much
put
as I
me
thought
off
it
watching
would.
it.
Yeah.
My parents seen it.
Yeah.
And they put me off watching it.
Did they not like it? No.
They weren't fans.
No.
And then the general backlash campaign as well, and channels like that didn't understand it. See, that doesn't bother me so much because there was people who didn't understand us, and I seem to have no issue grasping us. It's a pretty simple fucking concept he was conveying.
Not us.
Yeah, us, the actual movie,
film.
Us. He was conveying a very simple sort of societal sort of concept to the mainstream. It doesn't matter where you come from. You can be held back by sort of societal constructs, issues. If you could be rich, you could be poor. Something will hold you back. You flip it, circumstance. If your life's just a little bit different, you get the opportunity to break out. You can be anything you want in life. That's what I took from us. Nope, by all accounts, there's some strange 8 thing happening that ties in at the end. A lot of people were put off with that. But I'm fascinated by it, man. I have to go watch it. Kaluuya, I love Kaluuya. I think he's fucking absolutely incredible. He's the same age as me. He's an Oscar winner. And it's, can you say it's Jordan Peele?
Yeah.
It's horror. It's an alien. The fact Gianni, an alien kind of movie, the fact Gianni's got it in his top 10 tells me I should go and watch it.
Sin says, so Pearl is a prequel to X. It's about one of the characters from X.
That's why I said vice versa, because I had a feeling it might be.
And also says, Nope was kind of divisive. Yep. I enjoyed it for the most part, though. Still to see it, but...
Sin, did they do the atmosphere right? Because what I got from the trailer was it was very atmospheric, very dark, quite chilling. I got those vibes. And I get the vibes that Kaluuya's character could not give less of a fuck about what was happening, be it aliens or otherwise. He seemed to be the only guy who was sane in amongst the whole thing. Everyone was losing their shit, getting spooked. And obviously our man's in there. Stephen... blank on his name. From Walking Dead.
Yao?
He was in... Steve, is that what his name is?
Is it Stephen Yao? From, obviously...
He was in the fucking arsonist one as well, the Korean movie. He's a brilliant actor. Stephen Yeun.
Young? Yeah, I think that's
Korean American actor.
I don't know why I'm blanking, John, because I like him as well.
Yeah, he's in it, and he's brilliant.
Yeah. What was that film called? Minerva? Something like that? I can't remember.
No, he was in Minerva as well, but there was another arsonist one which I'll have to bring up. You know what, I'll do it right now. I'll bring it up because we're just off fucking the...
Yeah.
Off the cuff, ad-libbing this shit. Doesn't even matter. Stephen, it'll come up. Stephen Yeun.
Yeun. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce his name, John.
I think 39. Jesus Christ, man, that's fucking mad. Bunning was that one. Minari was great as well. I really enjoyed that. Bunning, so I mean, he's a brilliant actor, and the fact he's brought him in, that gives me high hopes for it.
Yeah. Sin also says, John, Us is my favourite Peele movie. Yeah, I think so. I think it's my favourite as well to this point.
I love Get Out, man.
Yeah,
I love
John,
Get Out.
Was it you reviewed Get Out or was it Kevin?
I reviewed Get Out. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
again, it was Kaluuya.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant movie. It's just about sort of passive racism in society. Even these sort of proposed or supposed liberal folk who are, they try too hard. It's just the way he explores that. It's brilliant. He's a brilliant director, man. He's so cerebral in the way he explores these themes. I think he's won the million. I hope he really does go into... I hope Note is fucking great in some level. I know it can be divisive, but even we speak about Rian Johnson before.
Yep.
He likes a divisive movie. He doesn't want it to be so samey, so fucking beige that everyone likes it and it's merely good. He'd rather have a divisive movie that's a large proportion of people thinks excellent and some thinks utterly shite and don't understand it. So I'd rather that and it be a sort of sleeper hit. 10 years later people will really appreciate it, and then he goes on to have like a known career. But every fucking movie's amazing.
Sin says not really dark. There were some comedic moments.
Yeah, I think,
he was pretty chill in there, not much expression on his face most of the time, but it's like his character. Moments, not movies. Yeah,
he had an incredible fucking hoodie on. I remember that.
I'm still drinking my coffee, not fully awake. Yeah,
I'm not far behind you, Sin,
morning
I
time.
I actually live in the same time zone as you, despite staying in the United Kingdom. You're from the East Coast though, aren't you? So I actually think I live in the same time zone as people from Denver.
Also, nope, it's not fast paced, it's slow burn. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe from the trailers that we watched anyway.
Yeah.
It's very sort of building up slow burn to
I don't mind slow burn movies. That's why I like Ari Aster so much.
Hi D-Raj, how you doing?
And Eggers.
Get Out was awesome. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
It was
John, number 7. We're supposed to be skimming through this, but this is the beauty of this.
He gave it an 8.8 out of 10 incidentally, Gianni, so that's fucking high praise.
I
love that, by the way, his rating system.
Yeah.
He doesn't just like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8.5. He'll go incremental.
Yeah, we found that out in the Batman review.
We did, yeah. And he changed my mind. 10:15 in the morning. Fuck me, that's early.
That's early for you, John.
It's very early for me. Like, I woke up at 9 this morning, and I'm like, what fucking time is this?
And you were like that Billy Joel song, In the Middle of the Night.
Yeah. I'm like, having like a breakdown, fucking trying to get back to sleep. It was like 9 a.m. I was like 5 hours deep, 4.5 hours deep into my sleep. I'm like, nope, that's not enough.
John, do you know anything about this film, Tar?
I don't know anything about this, but Steve, I'm not going to regurgitate what I says, but the fact that Gianni's got it on his list tells me he knows his shit, this guy.
Yeah.
He knows his shit.
I'm going to have to say to Gianni, could you give us this maybe November or something like that?
So we can
build up, so it gives us a chance to watch all these films.
We need to watch more movies, period.
John, we talked about that,
for fuck's sake, I always joke that I am perhaps one of the few movie critiques. I don't view myself as a critique, but I'm one of the movie critiques that doesn't watch any fucking movies or enough movies. I'm that caught up in editing fucking watch-alongs and stuff that I need to really get back to what I was doing 2-3 years ago when I was watching fucking 40-50 movies a year. Every day, every second day I was watching a film. You're lucky if I watch one a week now. It's a disgrace. So I have to get back in it. Having seen that, I went back and looked at 2022 and there's a number of movies I have seen. So it's not as bad as the year before where I was really miles off it. Miles off it. I have seen quite a few. I could give you maybe a top 6 list. I don't think there's enough movies making my top 10 who deserve to be in a top 10.
Anyone has saw Tar, let us know in the comment section. Let us know what your thoughts are on that. If you're still to see it, are you looking forward to it? And let us know. We'd like to know what you guys think about these films that Gianni. Again, the link is at the top for the full breakdown of the top 10. But we'll move on to number 6, Johnny, anyway.
Sin, I'm with you. Incidentally, it takes me about 3 hours to wake up, so that's about half 1 in the afternoon, 2 in the afternoon. I'm starting my job at that time because I have flexible working. I can work when I want. 2 in the afternoon. So you work it out, man. You sort of reverse engineer it for a normal individual who probably gets out of bed about 10 or 7 in the morning, would you say, Stephen?
Yeah.
8 in the morning. And they're maybe waking up about 9:30. Reverse that, it's like 2:30. Go back, how many hours is that? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. 5 hours, a 5 hour difference. I am living in the same fucking time zone as you, Sin. But I'm in the United Kingdom. I'm fucked. I have to get a grip. I'm a joke. Anyway, number 6. Bones and all, again.
Gianni, the most horrific movie of the year. That's a great opening. It's also one of the most romantic.
But I see, I like that. It's like a fucking tragedy within the romance. All the best romantic movies have tragedy within them. You think of Romeo and Juliet from Shakespeare. I think that was Shakespeare, wasn't it? Great tragedy interlinked with the romance. You think back to even the great 96 movie we watched from India with Vijay Sethupathi, and I think it was Trisha Krishnan. One of my all-time favourite romantic movies. Real tragedy within that story. All the best romance films have real tragic arcs.
I will say one thing, John, that I will try and tart up the actual breakdown with some graphics and links and stuff like that. It was very late on when I put it on the site last night, but I felt strike with iron's hot and get it on there as soon as possible. I did all this on my mobile, by the way.
You done well. You done well.
It's quite a good editing tool on WordPress. So,
did you see Rahul Pangal? You guys are best. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Yous are the best.
I get told regularly I'm nothing but a prick, so I'll take that. Thank you.
That you're a dad.
Yeah, but everybody. Maybe there's a hint there. Maybe I am a prick. I think I am. To be fair. It's awfully sad. Let's see. Sin says, but the character she was playing, not necessarily Blanchet herself.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. Here I've heard of Tab. I haven't watched it. I've seen from it making the rounds on YouTube promoting Kate Blanchett as being anti-woke. Oh, well, my dog's just farted, so I think I'm anti-breathing just now.
Kate Blanchett, yeah, she never struck me as an anti-woke person.
See, that's woke shit though, Stephen. Oh, I've got a sign behind me. I can go and get it and show you. No sexist, no racist, no fascist. I'm one of the most sort of free-thinking people you'll meet on this earth today. But even I cringe at some of this woke shit out there. It's like, just fucking please, stop being
insulted.
Yeah, stop being. Look, life batters and bruises you.
Yeah.
You go through life, people will insult you. You will have your sort of senses assaulted at times.
People try and seek out being offensive.
They do, yeah, and it's
or seek out being offended, I should say.
It does me nothing. Yeah. So not even I'm into this whole fucking hardcore woke shit. There's a fine line. You don't want to be offensive and be an absolute racist misogynist.
Yeah.
Like some people out there. You don't be that, but then you come on. There's a huge sort of fucking chasm.
Sin says, John, just following up from that, but it was just the character she was playing, not necessarily that Blanchet herself as anti-woke. She doesn't strike me as being anti-woke. It doesn't strike me as being woke. I think she's a fucking level-headed, fucking decent person. Knows her surroundings, you know.
Sin despises wokeness. It's killed so many things. It really fucking has, man.
Yeah.
I blame the Zoomers. So many people try to blame millennials for this. I'm not fucking having it. It's Zoomers. Millennials are quite sensible. We started this sort of woke push. We were avocado and toast and we're eggs and sort of Harry Potter houses. I mean, I like avocado and toast, and actually I'm quite a Harry Potter fan, so I like the Harry Potter house. I'm in Gryffindor, incidentally. But it's the Zoomers. They've run with this and just they're fucking absolutely crazy. There's no need for it. D-Rash says, I started comprehending Scottish accent. Thank you. Thanks to you guys. Well, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Continue the journey. There is levels to Scottish accents, my friend. I'm telling you that right now. You come to Glasgow on a Saturday night. Good fucking luck. Good luck. I struggle at times as well. Sin says, my job is flexible too, but we had an audiobook thing going live today at 9 to 10, so I had to do some stuff on the website to prep for its release. Bones and all, it was an experience. Sin, you really need to get you. He fucking helps as well with some of these movies. You seem to be on the same wavelength as Gianni. You know what's happening. We've lost the plot.
John, the problem with us is that we spread ourselves that thin.
We do.
There is only two of us and we're trying to do too much, I think. And
we are like what Bilbo Baggins described himself as feeling in the Fellowship of the Ring to Gandalf at Bag End. I feel like a piece of bread and the butter spreads all thin. That's what it's Butcher and Tolkien.
Sometimes it feels like that, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's me. I'm turned into a fucking wraith.
She says, Sin says, the subject matter held me back from feeling too terribly heartbroken for the characters, and Bones and all very disturbing. It's intriguing. It's very intriguing. Definitely. John, obviously by the time that we probably do discuss this with Gianni, we'll probably have seen, you've seen half of them, I'll see half of them, and we'll be able to be a bit more informed. But I mean, we'll just have to soldier on, as they say. Number 5, John, Top Gun Maverick. I've not seen it. I know Sin loves this film.
It's fucking great.
I've been following obviously on Twitter, Sin, and I've seen that you hold this film up in high regard. I wouldn't say as much as your Terminator 2 sort of fascination, but definitely as sequels come, John. If you told me maybe 2 or 3 years ago Top Gun Maverick's coming out, I'd have thought this is the beginning of the end of Tom Cruise. I think he's been keeping this one up his sleeve for when his career goes like that. But I don't know what I was thinking. It's Tom Cruise. That doesn't happen to Tom Cruise.
No, it doesn't.
And I didn't think this would happen with this sequel either. I thought when I first heard about this, and you've got to remember, we reacted to this trailer about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It must have been about 4 years ago. And prior to watching it, I thought, this is a terrible idea. What are you doing? This is going to be like Independence Day 2. It's going to be terrible.
In many ways, regarded as better than the original.
Yeah.
And a huge financial success.
Happen that often, John, with films and certain franchises. Certainly, much loved franchises from 40 years ago as well. You know, 35 years ago.
In there, brilliant.
Yeah. Good
really,
casting.
Really
yeah.
The cast in general and the concept, the way they were connecting it back to sort of past, really well done. Fucking visuals off the charts. Just the way they shot the plane stuff, I don't know how they did it, even now. I mean, I do, but it's fucking crazy. And I've got a guy I sub to on YouTube, an ex-US fighter pilot, captain, and he was reacting to the scenes and breaking them down. He's picking holes here and there, but in the main, really faithfully done. The way they were positioning their hands and stuff, kidding on about flying the planes, really well done, man. Fucking, and this soundtrack, I love that little tune when they're playing like the American football on the beach. I can't remember the song, but it fucking blew up because of this movie. It's brilliant. Look, Stephen, I had this conversation, I think it was last weekend, because my dad loves this movie. He's watched it about 5 times.
Yeah, that says a lot, because your dad's
really likes this film.
Yeah.
He says, I know Tom Cruise, a lot of people criticise it, and he actually says, I know you're not a huge fan of Tom, but I don't mind Tom Cruise. I quite like his forthrightness. He's very to the point. He doesn't suffer fools. I mean, I've watched a lot of videos of him getting interviewed, and if people cross the line, he'll just fucking call it out right away and say, bitch, you've crossed the line. Behave. I like that in an individual. I like how driven he is. This guy's not on 60 and he's still going. You've got to give credit at some point to his drive, his desire to make big bombastic movies like this, and he's a real sort of fan of cinema. Going to the cinema, he went and back Tenet when it came out. I remember that. He was in London.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
This gives me high hope for Mission Impossible. I think it's 8 and 9, 7 and 8 and 9. I think it is. They're doing back to back with Christopher McQuarrie. Really, I fucking love that song, man. I think it's a brilliant wee tune. It's class. It's a brilliant film. It deserves to be on this list. And who would have said that, Stephen? You're right. Who would have said a Top Gun remake?
I know Gianni mentions, John, obviously the Rocky franchise with the Stirring Emotions, etc.
Yeah.
And that was what I was going to actually say. I was going to say there's not many films or franchises. It wasn't a franchise until this film came out, but can surpass perhaps maybe the original film. And there's not many films can do that. Rocky Balboa, I would say, is probably up there as well, taking people by surprise, not really giving it much sort of hope before its release. You saw that first trailer, John, with obviously Tom Cruise in this, and you knew right away it was going to be a quality film. I think just the way it was edited and pieced together, and the soundtrack as well, the score, you just knew this is of high quality. It's not going down the road of Independence Day 2, just making a quick buck. And I don't, as you said, John, Tom Cruise would never put his name go there, no. to anything that wasn't that he didn't value himself. So it's good. It's great to see, and it gives hope as well for other sort of film franchises out there that maybe just need that sequel that just we didn't think we needed.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say something there, but my mind's went blank, which is a shame. It's a shame. That's the start of it. Yeah, made my number 1.
8.9 out of 10.
Yeah. What, you gave it an 8 Yeah, listen. Here's another one I've seen as well. We're starting to get to that point in the list where I'm like, I recognise these films.
Confident now.
The Banshees of Inisherin. Fucking love it. Martin Madonna. I was calling him Martin Madonna here a couple of years ago. An Irish chap came in and says, bitch, that's the Scottish way of saying it. He's not from Scotland. He's actually not from Ireland either. He's from London. But I think he's of Irish descent.
What's it, Colin Farrell?
Colin Farrell, Brendan Gleeson.
Yeah.
A lot of people saying, is this a spiritual remake to In Bruges? I don't think it is. But it's fucking crazy, this movie. Absolutely crazy. It's just brilliant though. All the Irish crack in there, the way they're talking back and forth. Brendan Gleeson's fucking low-key hilarious. It's a black comedy. It is just brilliant. Everything that you like about a Madonna film, 7 Psychopaths in Bruges. He done 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri as well. I think it's just him summed up in this movie. And the rapport he has with Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, he just gets the performances. I feel like they just have to turn up and they're like fucking attuned right from the get-go.
Yeah.
They don't even clock in and they know what they're doing. Just brilliant, stunningly shot as well. You've got Barry Keoghan in there, I think that's what his name is, future Joker, playing a slightly, I don't know how to word this, mentally deficient. I don't know if that's the correct wording.
Maybe?
No, I mean he's a young boy, but he's obviously got sort of learning difficulties.
Okay.
He's not, no, you know what I mean, but he's brilliant in it, absolutely fantastic. It's a great movie and it really captures the, I don't know where this was shot, I presume it was shot in Ireland. Captures the scenery incredibly. Just crazy. Fucking crazy movie. Loved it. And I'm glad to see Gianni's got it in there in the top 4, top 5. Brilliant fucking movie. Brilliant movie.
Number 3, John, Everything Everywhere All
I need to
at
see
Once.
this. I've been talking about watching this movie for fucking months. I have to watch this film, man. It's a multiverse movie. It's meant to be fucking incredible. I don't know why I've not seen this movie yet. I've had 2 weeks. I've been off 6 days in 2 weeks, and I've not fucking watched this movie.
What have you done?
Absolutely fuck all. Nothing. I need to watch this movie.
I'm going to just check something because I'm just based on this film, John.
This is multiverse done right by all accounts.
Yeah.
Multiverse done right. Not like Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which was multiverse done poorly.
Yeah, John, I know that Dave, one of our writers, actually reviewed this film back in July.
Yeah, that's how fucking long it's been out.
And that's when you started talking about it. Coming soon. Yeah, I mean, the directors Dan Kwan and Daniel Schneidert.
Yeah,
also wrote the film as well, and it's got some well-known faces in there as well, John. Obviously,
it's meant to be fantastic.
Ki Hao Kwan, is that not chap from the Goonies?
I think it is. I think I read
something. He's now a film coordinator, I think.
Yeah, I read that he made a comeback or something like that for this movie.
After he went under a different name in the Goonies. I'm pretty sure his name was Jonathan.
Yeah, we spoke about this.
We spoke about Goonies too. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, I like him. Yeah, John.
He's a cool fucking guy, isn't he? Stephen, I just loved that when he returned. I don't know what the
Michelle Yao is in there as well.
What was the what was that about? Was it Indiana? Was he in one of Indiana?
About Goonies too. I think it was Goonies too.
No, but I'm talking about with Harrison Ford.
Yeah,
he had this sort
Jones,
of, he had this sort of reunion.
He was shot round, yeah.
And I love the fact that Harrison's like that. He doesn't forget anybody.
No.
Nobody.
No.
He could be out their lives for decades, and as soon as they meet, he's right back on it again. You've seen it when obviously Peter Mayhew died. It affected him greatly.
Yeah.
And look, this guy could be up his own arse. He's a huge Hollywood actor who's been at the top of his game for 3 decades, maybe more, 4 decades. He could have disconnected himself from Peter, who, let's be honest, was a minor sort of, essentially a costume guy. He was inside a costume. Didn't even get his voice on the movie.
Yeah.
But the fact that he was, I mean, it speaks volumes about the guy for me. That's why I love him so much. I enjoyed Everything Everywhere, but it didn't blow me away like it did for so many people. He was also in Indiana Jones, as you said that, yeah.
Data and the Goonies as well, which is the one
I've still not seen the Goonies. That's going to surprise people. There's a lot of movies I've not seen.
You've not seen the Goonies?
I've never seen the Goonies in my life.
Wow.
Ever. I've seen scenes from it.
There you go, there's a watch along.
I've seen scenes from it. I've seen
a genuine first time watching.
yeah, but there's bits I've seen. Obviously the gangster guy singing. Is that right? It's like a sort of Italian guy. Little fat kid comes out from the side, tries to get them to help him.
Fratellis, yeah.
And he starts singing, and I actually went down a rabbit hole and found the song. I'm like, that's fucking incredible singing, man. Yeah. He's a proper actor, isn't he, that guy?
I think he's a proper operatic singer as well.
Yeah, his voice was fucking brilliant.
He was he played one of the FBI agents in Die Hard as well.
Oh yeah,
outside the building, the Nakatomi.
Nakatomi. I hadn't seen Die Hard until a year and a half ago, and then I've seen 4 of them now.
During the pandemic, we had to do retro reviews, and that was one of the ones.
I fucking love Die Hard. What a movie! Brilliant. I love Rickman. I don't know how I never get round to seeing it.
I know. It surprised me, John, that you hadn't seen it.
And now it's one of my favourite fucking movies of all time, probably.
I've seen the Goonies, so I grew up with the Goonies. I just love that cast.
When did it come out, the Goonies?
85.
It came out before I was even born.
I'll say 85. I'll come up and
I had my own movies I grew up with. fucking Little Rascals, things like that. That was the shit that I was watching. Perfect Day with George Clooney. The little kids are the same age as me. That's fucking mad. I go back and watch these fucking films. Well, I don't, but I go back and reminisce about movies I used to watch when I was a little kid. And it shouldn't surprise me, but you like see Matilda or something, she's only like fucking 2 years older than me. It's like, what the fuck?
John hasn't. Just recently, he can now recite it. Oh my god! Oh my god!
You're one of them!
You're one of them! So,
Mr. McLaughlin. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. Fucking love it. What a movie, man. Fucking brilliant movie. Schnell, weiter! Weiter, schnell! But you're Russian. Why are you saying that? You big fucking blonde-haired foot.
He was a Russian ballet dancer. The one
yes, he was that fucking unit. That guy. Proper monster.
Jürgen Klinsmann.
Rahul says, how are you guys uploading full episodes of web series? On other YouTube channels, they're uploading just 5 of an episode in 20 minutes. That's because that's me, mate. I know what I'm fucking doing. It's all down to me. I know. Switched on. I get shit for that though, Rahul. I get shit for that, mate. People actually criticise us for speaking. I'm like, bitch, we've got like 35 minutes of a 45-minute episode up on YouTube. You're talking about us speaking.
People can actually condense one episode into 5 minutes. I can't get my
yeah,
head
they're
around
basically just taking bits and then they're putting the rest on.
That's
like,
not a
Vimeo.
watch along. That's no experience in that, is it?
We get criticised for like, the way we do these fucking edits. I'm like, putting the whole fucking episode up nearly. What are you talking about? It's down to me, mate. I don't know how it works. I just keep cutting. You'll see there's a lot of cuts.
It's a lot we don't get away with, though.
There's like 300 cuts in a 30-minute episode. It's fucking, it's mundane. It's monotonous.
It's quality content, though.
Yeah, but it's quality content, but for me editing it, to get it out like that, it's a lot of work. Like 2 hours work every video. So that's how you get it out. Just keep cutting it.
What number are we on to, John? 3?
We are on to number 3. I've lost the fucking plot.
2.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Yeah. This is one that I have not seen. Pinocchio.
This is
also
on
3 different Pinocchio movies out, wasn't there? Yeah. There was a Disney one. There was another Italian one.
Yep.
And then you've got Guillermo del Toro's. I think this is stop motion.
Yep.
I'm a huge fan of stop motion movies. Since a kid growing up watching James and the Giant Peach, I think that was stop motion. Yeah, we'll deal with that fucking shit show. Put user in a timeout and we'll hide. Fuck off.
Yeah.
69mega.com.
Sorry about that, folks, for anyone offended.
Huge fan of stop motion. Watched the what was it? Creature Comforts, was that the name of it? Same people that did Walsh and Gromit. And obviously the likes of Laika in recent times. And Tim Burton, I think Nightmare of Christmas was stop motion.
Yeah.
I've always been a huge fan of stop motion. The way they make it work, it's an art form.
What was that one you went to see in the cinema, John?
Wes Anderson, that was Isle Dogs. Yeah, and obviously fantastic Mr. Fox as well. He's another one that's a huge fan of stop motion. Fucking, I love it. So I'll be well involved in this. But I've seen so many Pinocchio.
This is the only one that we've actually reacted to in terms of trailers. We didn't react to the Tom Hanks one, I'm not sure. I don't think so anyway. That was maybe shit. Anyway. Which is a shame because I love Tom, but there was something about this one. I liked the style, sort of themes explored, and obviously the tone. And because it's Guillermo del Toro's as well, it was one of the ones. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. It's on one of the streaming platforms, John, so it's easy to access, sort of refresh our memories on this version of the story.
Yeah, I mean, we spoke about that, Steve. Yeah. It's a story that has been rehashed and done so many times over the years.
You know, and it's one of those ones that, how many times can you tell the story?
This is the stop motion one, isn't it? It's not the Italian one.
No, this is a stop motion one.
I think it was an Italian one.
There was one. There was the one we reacted to that as well. It was the Pinocchio boy looked like Tom Holland, the Italian one you're talking about. That's what stands out to me. It was very haunting, creepy, you know. But,
not wrong with Tom Holland.
No, he's not creepy. It just looked like a wooden Tom Holland. That was weird.
Pilton Day, so he's doing something right. I'll tell you that. She's a lot taller than him as well. A lot of people pointed that out during No Way Home.
Yeah.
I had to think about the name of that movie there. Look how much taller she is. Who gives a fuck?
I know. Who cares? Number 1 on the list, John. It's 3,000 Years of Longing.
Yes. Gianni, you've killed me again here, mate. You've got it at number 1, but you did this last year. I think it was Inside. It was a comedian sort of detail and biographic thing. And I think he had like his poster and stuff like that. He was a huge fan of the guy, and obviously inspired by the concept. I think he says he was a guy that was a kid that was born inside, and it was sort of, it really touched him in terms of his actual life. So we know that if this is at number 1, I know I can trust Gianni. I know the guy knows his shit when it comes to movies. That was the worst English imaginable there. I know. Horrendous English. But we know this guy has his finger on the pulse when it comes to cinema. So this has got to be a fucking great movie. If it's at number 1, it's got to be. In my top worst films, well, there you go, Sin. We'll need to see who's right. I'll watch this movie and then I'll see who I pick. I'll see if I side with you or Gianni.
It goes to show how subjective film can be, you know, from 2 different perspectives, 2 point of views. And yeah, I mean, the whole list is there. It's a very in-depth. We didn't want to go through it and obviously read word for word. You can find that out on the website, movieburnerentertainment.org. Yeah. It's on the homepage. It will be there
and
for
now we'll go back
a
to
while.
The screen.
But John, just before we do move off that screen, could you bring up Gianni's actual profile? Because I want people to know who Gianni is. If you just go into the top of the website, that's a photo of him there anyway. But you can actually, if you go down the side here, you'll get the list of on the left hand side.
I'm just trying to find the mouse cursor because the light is so fucking
bright. And this is Gianni here for anyone that doesn't know. Great writer, fantastic guy. He was born in Washington DC, by the way, but he is NYC based. And
his family from Florida.
Yeah, that's right, John. Good memory. Yeah, and fantastic writer, good guy as well. He's been on our show quite a few times now, and no doubt he'll be back on again. But I think it's a pleasure knowing him, and I think we're very blessed to have him writing for us as well. But just on that subject, John, in terms of Gianni's reviews, speaking to him last night, and have this idea, perhaps maybe sending in short reviews into the channel that we can obviously just tat up with sort of MB branding and stuff like that, just to give the guy more exposure. I think he deserves it. Certainly from not certainly from the US, where he's well received when you put things on social.
He's got his
better
own
than anything.
He's got his own.
He's got his own stuff. Very well. And just give him more exposure here in the UK as well. But certainly look out for that. John, most anticipated.
It'd be nice to sort of switch it up so it's not just our fucking ugly faces.
Well, John, as I said, we can only do so much ourselves anyway, so it'd be good to have a third
and
person.
It can be understood by 90% of the world, unlike us.
Exactly.
Hello, Darshan.
Move on to our most anticipated films of 2023, John.
Bring a list up.
I mean, you could probably find something anyway, just to remind us. I'm going to be very short and sweet here. I'm going to say Oppenheimer for me is probably the most anticipated film for me anyway. It's a Chris Nolan film. They only come around every 3-4 years anyway. That's, for me, Oppenheimer is definitely the film that's the most anticipated for me.
Well, I mean, Stephen,
summer.
I'm just looking here. I'm just going to full screen this. The chat's disappeared and everything. I'm looking at this list. There's so many movies in there. I'm really looking forward to Indiana Jones 5, I have to say. Really, really looking forward to it. It's your man, James Mangold. Phoebe Waller-Bridge in there. Harrison's coming back one last time. The concept, Mads Mikkelsen's playing a villain. You've got Toby Jones.
Yes.
Sort of strange little German guy. Thomas Kretschmann. It's a real return to the sort of Nazi slapping that we've enjoyed from other Indiana Jones movies. This concept, Operation... I fucking forget the name of the operation... to bring that, I keep saying paperclip, I don't think it is paperclip.
I was about to say paperclip.
But bringing all the top Nazi scientists over from Germany after World War II, implementing them into the sort of space system program to beat the Soviets. That concept of them being in NASA, having high sort of jobs and maybe working to do some clandestine shit in the background while Indiana Jones gets wind of this and tries to take them out. The concept's there. We've seen it. It's got a great sort of flashback sequence at the start where he's young again. I think they've got your man in there, Anthony Gruber. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that movie. I love Indiana Jones. I went back and watched the movies not that long ago. There's just something about them. The original three, the freneticism. They've got an energy about them that's unique. It's like Star Wars It's just I don't think it's been captured in other franchises.
John,
There's something special about it.
You talk about energy, like you just mentioned there, and when I was thinking this sort of topic to discuss on the show, you know, you naturally go to DC and Marvel films and that, and I don't think this is a very long time since I've not really been that excited about anything coming out from the MCU. DC, I don't get that excited anyway. But in terms of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, yeah, I'll watch it and I know I'll enjoy it.
Quantumania,
Jonathan
Majors.
I just don't have the same. I don't know what it is, John. I just don't have the same sort of eagerness to go into the cinema and see these films as much as I did maybe 2-3 years ago. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's perhaps a burnout for myself. I want to speak for myself as well, but certainly when I was thinking of films, Creed 3 was one of the ones that stood out. Wonka as well,
yeah,
Timothy Chalamet, which I'm looking forward to,
and it's Paul King,
yeah, and obviously Oppenheimer as well.
And
I forgot about Dune Part 2 as well, which
Dune, but I love Dune.
I don't know if that'll come out this year though, will it?
I don't know. I don't know if I've started filming it yet.
Yeah,
but if that does come out this year, that will be an epic.
And it'll probably be the tail end of the year.
Give me a chance to finish the book as well.
Yeah.
Because one of my favourite things from going to the theatre to see Dune Part 1 was actually having read like the first third of the book. A lot of it took place in that part of the book. It was really condensed. It's like half the movie, or the movie's like half the book, the original book. So I'd pictured things in my mind, and it was incredible how close it was to what actual Denis Villeneuve and the guys that were involved in the movie, what they created and gave us on the screen. It was nearly 1-to-1 with what I was seeing in my mind reading the book. And I recognise that scene, I recognise this room, that's what's going to happen. It was a brilliant experience. That's something I don't normally do. I normally watch the movie, then I go back and watch or read the novel. I did that with The Lord of the Rings, became a huge Tolkien fan, did it with Harry Potter. And it sort of enriches it in a different way because you've got the actual actors, their voices, and you can just put them into your mind when you're reading the book.
Yeah.
But having read the book before, it was a really good experience.
John,
so I actually would go back and...
Sorry to interrupt. Can we bring the chat back up? Because I know there's a few things
I'm going to bring it
mentioned there in terms of what you're talking about.
Where is it?
Probably Rahul.
Indiana Jones did not make a list. I do not have a lot of confidence that it will be decent. You might be right, son. It may be absolute shit. It was Operation Paperclip. See, I know this. I'm a strange beast. I'm obsessed with that time in history. Funnily enough, there's a fucking huge totem book, Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. I'm obsessed with just seeing how these malevolent fuckers came to being, how they fell,
how they were allowed,
and it's absolutely incredible the amount of lucky breaks they got. If the actual Allied forces had just had a bit of bravery, didn't have a bumbling fool at Neville Chamberlain in charge in the UK's case, it'd have all fucking crumbled. There would have been no World War if it wasn't for the sort of cravenness.
Yeah.
So I'm actually reading that. I went back and read that, so I love going back and reading the books. That's how I know this shit.
John, I think the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is probably did that to a lot of people in terms of being a fan of the franchise. And I think
Shia was in that, wasn't he?
Yeah,
He's a very controversial figure now.
I think a lot of people's confidence has probably been knocked because of that film and its poor reception. And it was a poor film, let's be honest with you. Poor writing. I felt Indy and most of the cast were playing sort of caricatures on themselves. I don't know if it was maybe because it was so long since Harrison Ford played the character, or if it was just the way it was directed. I'm not sure, but we've got a new director, obviously. Blank on his name.
James Mangold.
Mangold, yeah.
Obviously Logan.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Ferrari.
I think that's what the franchise probably should have done with Part 4. But I can understand that. I can understand a lot of people's concerns how well this film will do. I've got slight reservations, but overall, I think because it's been earmarked as Harrison Ford's last adventure with the character, I think they're going to pull all the stops out. And they've took their time as well in terms of writing this.
In there, man. Mads is an absolute maestro.
Yeah,
he really is a maestro.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Sin, on the sort of Marvel thing. I'm really looking forward to Kraven the Hunter. I think Aaron Taylor-Johnson's brilliant. Watched Bullet Train fairly recently, and I thought he was fucking hilarious in it, playing this sort of Cockney wisecracker with Brian Tyree Henry. I think he was playing his twin. I just think that guy's great. The catalogue of movies he's built up different kind of movies. Nowhere Boy. I think The Wall with John Cena, I really liked that. Shouldn't have been a good movie. Concept of a guy being locked behind a wall in, I think, Afghanistan with a sniper. I thought he was outstanding in that. I think he's a brilliant actor. So him coming in playing Kraven the Hunter, the way they could set that up, he's a real big bad sort of figure for Spider-Man.
Is this Marvel or is it Sony?
Sony.
Sony, yeah, I was going to ask that because obviously he's already played an MCU character.
He was brilliant in Bullet Train. Fucking hilarious. Just suited and booted, wisecracking, just a patter. The fact that we're playing the West Ham sort of themes where forever blowing bubbles as they get back. I just love that film. I knew I'd love that film and I did. The way they were just tangent filled, going back and giving you all this sort of backstory to the characters as it's playing out in real time. Just fucking great movie. Really good.
Across the Spider-Verse, John. We can't not mention that.
Yeah, Spider-Man. I mean, I'm talking shite. Yeah, that's probably my most anticipated fucking sort of comic book film that's coming out. First movie was fucking incredible for me. The second best Spider-Man movie ever made. And you've got Gwen Stacy back in there, not Gwen Stefani as I like to call her, strangely. That'd be weird. And also Miles Morales, a different kind of Spider-Man. The visuals, the passion project from Lord and Miller. The fact they're going to different stylised universes this time. Really looking forward to it. I love the trailer. That one is...
John, I think because the way the first film was received and its sort of styles and people actually focusing on that quite a bit in terms of seeing that and the way it blended in for the storytelling and how people were so impressed with the artwork, I think they're utilising that even more this time because they know that's what people loved about the first film. I'd never seen that before. I've seen animation done in one style, but I've never seen it done in that sort of way. But it was an amazing spectacle.
6 individual movies.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was shot in the framework of a live action sort of setup, it was shot like a living, breathing movie within the confines of a physical realm. Also, it wasn't a physical realm, it was a fucking animated movie, but they constrained it to it being like a live action movie. It was just totally unique. So I'm looking forward to that. John Wick, I'm a huge fan of John Wick. I fucking love it. It's just sort of brainless popcorn flick, isn't it? You go in, you really enjoy it. The setups, it's slick as hell. Don't know if it's still Chad Stahelski. I love these movies, man. I love Keanu Reeves. Matthew Perry's wrong. That was really weird, wasn't it? Matthew Perry attacking him. Joaquin Phoenix is dead. Keanu Reeves still walks among us. And then I discovered that Keanu Reeves was really, really close friends with Joaquin Phoenix. Not Joaquin Phoenix, Rivers Phoenix. Joaquin's not dead. Joaquin's still with us. He was really close friends with fucking Rivers Phoenix. He came up in the game at the same time as them, and he's attacking him.
I like Matthew as well, but that was
really weird
thing to say. Yeah.
Keanu still walks among us. He's literally one of the most nicest, fucking most humble, generous people you'll meet.
Sin says, John, my lack of confidence in the upcoming Indiana Jones film is purely because of the pattern of idiotic writing, i.e. wokeness, that has ruined so many franchises lately. Yeah,
it's possible. And with Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I was getting a little... I mean, I think she's brilliant. Hugely talented. I think she's a writer, sort of, what do you call it again, showrunner and stuff like that. Obviously Donald Glover gave her a glowing appraisal.
Yeah.
Anybody that's on the side of Donald Glover I'm a fan of, because Donald's the fucking man. But you're right, you get vibes in the trailer that maybe she was mansplaining for Indy. Is that the right term? I don't know.
The old guy. Yeah,
she was kind of he's just a senile bumbling old guy. I'll do the work.
I kind of detect that her character's set in the past. Just judging
I think she's
on that trailer. It looks like it's
could be
set in World War II or something. I don't know. Just get that vibe. But
I think she's a relation of his.
John, just sort of honourable mentions.
Super Mario.
Super Mario
looks great. Yeah. Chris Pratt. There's another guy. It's getting targeted with sort of cancel culture on Twitter because he's a Republican and a Christian. Really fucking weird to me. I can't get my head around it. Politics is politics, man. I know it's tribal, but why? Just because if you're a Democrat or over here you're a Labour or SNP, just because someone else has a different sort of political viewpoint to you doesn't mean that you're sworn enemy.
John, you see that all the time, though. You see that with people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's a big Republican. People won't like his. How can you not like Arnold Schwarzenegger? For fuck's sake. Mark Hamill, I know he's very vocal on social media and he's very much a Democrat, but for people to stop watching Star Wars just because of his political views. It's daft, separate obviously real life to that. John,
I think his voice sounds great in it.
Yeah, he's got a voice that suits animation as well. John,
brilliant guy,
The Flash. This was one of the films that we were looking forward to, and I think it's just a case of let's just get us out the fucking road.
That's not coming out this year. That is not coming out. That ain't coming out, period. That's appearing on a streaming service.
It's a shame, John, because
Ezra Miller's killed that fucking movie.
It's a shame because I think it would be a great film as well. I think just having Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's not going to fucking appear. No, he's not going to come back as Batman. This guy has been in 3-4 projects. He ain't ever going to be seen.
As Michael.
He's not coming back
as Bruce Wayne. But
fucking hell.
Yeah. Sin says love Keanu. I've always liked him since the very first movie I ever saw him in. Dream to Believe / Flying High back in the 80s. I don't know that film.
Brilliant, man. He's a brilliant guy.
Film I saw him in was probably Bill and Ted. That's probably where
first one I seen him in was
Speed. Yeah. Good film.
Yeah, he's brilliant. I fucking love him.
Now Sin will probably be able to help us out here. He did that film with Patrick Swayze, the surfing one, and I can't remember.
There's another guy I loved.
It was
Patrick
really good.
Swayze was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant guy.
Sadly
really cool guy.
Sadly missed, John. Sadly missed that guy.
Life and soul of the party kind of guy.
Yeah, very talented.
And I'm going to come right out and say I love Dirty Dancing, so get that fucking right up you.
Nothing wrong with that.
Some people won't like that movie. Look, anything that's got Otis Redding in it,
yeah,
I'm all on board for that, man. Love, man, get it in there. Her character might be set in the past, but they make a character from the past spout the same sort of nonsense that a lot of woke people today do. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense, does it? It's like when people attack guys like John Lennon 50 years later, it's like...
Yeah, he was a guy of the time. Yeah.
He was a guy of the time, and he was a human being. Human beings, by their very nature, are complex, and they make mistakes.
Yeah. Very contradictory.
Again, I'm going to speak about
Point Break.
Point Break. I'm going to speak about Shia LaBeouf again. I don't know why, but I do, because I was watching. John Bernthal has a podcast on YouTube. I don't know if you're aware of this. It's a fucking brilliant channel. He's a really good interviewer, and he gets Shia LaBeouf on. Obviously, Shia rightly cancelled, to be fair, because it broke that he was abusive to his wife at the time. But guy, deeply troubled individual, and he's owned up to all his mistakes. He went to a monastery. He's fucking done all sort of programs and stuff. Watched a 2-hour interview with him and John Bernthal. John Bernthal was his friend. Cut all ties with him for years. They've got back, done an interview, sort of podcast.
Good, yeah.
He's an example of what I'm talking about. Yeah. Why cancel culture's so fucking stupid.
John, could you highlight over Flash again? There?
Yeah.
Just hover over it. That's your man from the TV series.
That is your man from the... I think, maybe. There was talk of 3 different Flash characters being in it, so maybe they'll just try to hush Ezra Miller.
What's his name again? Gustin? Can't remember his first name.
Point I was making was, man, cancel culture's fucking silly. People make mistakes, you need to learn from it. Obviously, there is certain things you can't come back from, and you should rightly be ostracised by society.
There's one.
But if someone goes away and finds themselves, admit they're fucked up, and they try to become a better human being, then they should be. Robert Downey Jr. Is a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear, yes. That looked funny as fuck. Did we not react to this?
I think we did, John.
We reacted to this. That did look funny as fuck. Shia is married to the partner of a chick who played the ex in Peril. Played an ex in Peril. Yeah, I heard he was speaking about her. She was getting shit from people online that we're not watching this fucking movie because she's married to him. And he's like, that really got to him more than perhaps the hate he was getting. He could own up and accept the hate he was getting, because he obviously fucked up and he admitted it. He made a complete balls up of his entire life. But the fact they were attacking her because she loved him and was connected to him, it was a brilliant interview. It gave you a brilliant insight into the guy. He was ready for killing himself. He was ready for shooting himself. His whole family had disowned him. There was mass murderers and fucking paedophiles getting visits from family members in this place. He was getting nothing, and his current wife actually saved his life. It was a really, really fucking good podcast. I love John Bernthal. Brilliant guy. There's so many here, Stephen. I mean, there really is. There's 65, Adam Drive. I love that trailer. It's got the potential to be really good. It's an interesting concept.
Barbie.
But it could be really shit.
Yeah.
This sort of similar to Prey. You're getting back to Earth in a different time. We could potentially be aliens coming to the planet, and maybe it's just a fucking really cool concept. There's so many in there.
There's a lot of reboots and sequels coming out as well, John.
Star Trek 4? No, it's not happening.
No. Meg 2. Turtles.
Shouldn't be happening.
Mutant Mayhem's coming out. Winnie the Pooh horror film.
Meg 2? Jason Statham killed Meg.
He
He killed the Meg.
Son of Meg, I don't know. Winnie the Pooh film, John, we reacted to the trailer to that as well. Expendables 4.
Yeah, that's that evil Winnie the Pooh, isn't it?
Yeah, the evil one.
That's sort of, it was different.
Oh, Nicolas Cage, the old way.
Nick's one of those guys where he'll knock out 50 movies in a year, and some will be really fucking good. Yeah, that's him again. Yeah.
Wow, he looks like Dracula there.
He does look. I think that's I think that may be what he's doing there, Stephen.
Yeah, The Little Mermaid.
But for me, I think I'm probably with you, Stephen Oppenheimer. I'm a Nolan man, and he's an event movie maker. Huge Cillian Murphy fan. Incidentally, you get a comment earlier on, and I meant to reply to it. Is Oppenheimer part of Peaky Blinders? No, it's just Cillian. Yeah. He's the main man in both. What an actor this guy is. So excited to see him leading a movie.
I still want to see him playing Klaus Vernon.
No, he's not leading.
Still want to see it.
Yeah, that would be good, yeah, it would.
The life of Klaus Vernon.
But Oppenheimer for me.
Yeah, Oppenheimer for me.
Followed by probably Indiana Jones and Across the Spider-Verse, and then you get into the likes of
Wonka and all that,
Wonka, and as I say, it's Craven the Hunter, and just John Wick for a little bit of fucking popcorn flick.
Yeah.
Creed 3 as well. Yeah. Been watching
False Creed.
Michael B. Jordan secretly from afar for many years. That was a Stephen Merchant sort of quip. And seeing him doing double duty as a director actor, it's going to be exciting. Stephen, have you got a list of what else we're actually talking about?
We're just going to wrap it up.
Round it up because I know we're running out of time for you.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing we're talking about here is Patreon now, John, and sort of the ideas of what we've got for the channel. I've just put the link in there on the live chat for anyone who'd like to support the channel. At the moment, it's very much exclusive stuff that goes on there that can't get on YouTube. And now that Patreon have got the function that we can upload straight videos, which is going to be a great help for us. But also early access to our watch-alongs are also on Patreon at the moment. I'll probably put up our list of patrons just to give them acknowledgement, because we do appreciate, obviously, the support the guys over there give us. It helps with maintaining, obviously, our equipment. We don't make much money on the channel anyway that we can live off or anything like that. It's more just upkeep of, obviously, hardware and software and stuff like that to keep the channel going. So it's always appreciated, and that's the link there if you fancy going over and seeing some exclusive content. There's going to be more in 2023. I know, John, you've got some ideas as well for...
Yeah, we have to come up with something to give... You know what I mean? Because people are supporting the channel. Yeah. Then they deserve to get some exclusive content. That's kind of the whole point of Patreon. What isn't? I mean, you can do it just to actually support a creator. I do it. I like to dabble with sim racing.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who does rain effects for Assetto Corsa, and I just give this guy £1. 20,000 other people a month, and this guy's making £20,000 a fucking month.
So
you lucky bastard. You're lucky, but he deserves it because he is fucking good. Stephen Varisu as well as another one. We never really touched on potentially big Indian releases. Obviously, in terms of anticipation, TV shows, Mirzapur, Family Man coming. Yeah. Anush Bajpayee and the likes of... Always blank his name, Ali Fasal. Shweta Tripathi. Finally get her name. Nagoli Gupta. Obviously, Telepathy. When Telepathy brings a movie out, it's an event.
Yeah.
Varisu. Yeah. I think there's songs dropped, incidentally.
There has. We might have to just do that quickly before we wrap up.
Yep. But let's go round it up. Really enjoyed that. Enjoyed getting back into the actual video.
Back in the game.
Yes, doing live streams. We've not done a live stream in a fucking long time.
Yeah.
About a month and a half.
Yeah.
Good to be back. Thank you to everybody coming in and commenting. Thank you to Sin for single-handedly keeping the fucking conversation going. Do appreciate it. Need to get you back on at some point, Sin. Maybe do a review. I don't know what. Need to come up with something. Pick a film at random from 2023. And it'll actually force us to get off our fat lazy arses and go into the theatre and watch it. I have not seen Avatar yet. Can you fucking believe it? I have not seen Avatar yet. I meant to see it. First day the cinemas opened after Christmas. I was meant to be going tonight. Because I'm off today. Hence why I'm here at this time. I don't know. I need to go and see Avatar. I have to go and see Avatar in the theatre. It has to happen. Fucking hell. It cannot leave the theatres without me watching that film. Unacceptable. Go round it up. What's your thoughts on everything we discussed? Gianni's top 10. What else did we discuss?
Most anticipated.
And we need to do something with the camera as well, by the way. I love your setup. Don't know if you're still rocking that setup, man, with the sort of
angle. Yeah,
I like that angle. That's really fucking cool. We need to do something different on this channel. It's getting boring.
Yeah.
We need to decorate. Fucking Mjolnir's that heavy. It's hanging off the fucking wall. It's not.
Get new people in.
Get new people
Replace
in.
us.
Stephen's rocking his lovely Deutschland, and as you can see, we're in the same room. We continue to do this fucking joke setup. Watch this. As if by magic. Look at that. We've got a topic as well. We're in the same room, but we're so far apart that we can't really make it work. We look shit quality. And look how low we are as well. We have to sit up. I have to stress you, we're not like Oompa Loompas.
No. I'm slouching. I always slouch.
Stephen's 6 foot. I don't know what the fuck I am. I seem to grow year by year. Because I had a sort of back and forth with my uncle yesterday. He used to be taller than me, but for some reason I'm taller than him now. So we're not that fucking short. But look, man. Yeah. Need to do something different. Need to do new decor. Need to come up with something a little bit different, man. Yeah, it's a cool setup you've got. I like it. I like the angle. It's different. It's unique. Let's go round it up though. Stephen has to go. What's your thoughts on anything we discuss? You can comment down below if you get anything to say down below in the comment section. There's a place to put it. You can yes, we are. It's just to bring the quality up, zoom it up a bit. Especially for like watch alongs. Because you can't really see us. We're like small and like hiding behind the mic and dead low down. So you zoom it up and bring us in a little bit. It looks better. And it gives me a chance to show off my After Effects skills with that background. So yeah. Down below in the comment section is a place to put your thoughts. You can also like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon on YouTube to get notifications straight to your eyeballs. You can do the same thing over on Twitch. We are over there. I don't think anybody's fucking watching us over there, but we're over there, live, whatever the fuck we're doing in the week. Follow and notifications over there as well. Regardless of what you do though, thank you for fucking watching us. And now all it is left to say is until the next time me and Stephen are done, thank you once again to everyone in the chat. Bye bye. No tolerable sin. No bother at all, that means. In reverse. It's a Scottish thing. Bye bye.